I want to remind us that when you see people trying to overflog issues, it's because it is not meeting their own narration. Your narration is like my client should come out and say, yes, I'm the one who unalived my husband, which is not going to happen because it didn't happen. She is innocent. How else do we want to say this to the general public? My learned colleague here is overflogging issue, and I urge this court of law to please drop this case and put an embargo on anyone still calling out my client. I rest my case. Anyway, guys, we have 127 people here. We are more than this before. I think we should power tap. I think that's the best option here. I think we should power tap. We have 125. Let us power tap. Let us power tap. So that we can actually give ourselves more enlightenment. More enlightenment. Here it's not as if anyone is trying to, we are just looking at plausible ways these people can hide behind the law. And if any lawyer should handle this case, not the caliber of Falana Sands is even very high. And to me, to me, to me personally, except Baba's lawyer are bringing very concrete evidences. Aside that, this case is worth trio because I don't know how you call.
Don't be the judge. Don't be the judge. Let's let's further. Don't be the judge. Let's further. All right. So thank you very much, my learned colleague. I'm not going to attack you because I respect you and I believe in due diligence. Okay. I would like to also present further evidence and arguments to support our contention that the deceased wife should actually be tried for the alleged murder of her husband.
Objection, my lord. Objection, my lord. Tried for alleged murder.
Objection overruled.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. In addition to that fact, the wife was actually present with the deceased shortly before his death. We have uncovered, significant motive that may have driven her to actually commit uh, that evil act. You know, um, it has come to light that there were doubts regarding the paternity of the son, which we believe may have led to marital discord and on time and a urge for murder. We all know what happens these days. Um, Anyways, we have also requested that the wife should undergo a DNA. We have also requested that the wife should undergo a DNA test for her son, so as to prove to the world that um, she did not have any marital discord even before the demise of her husband. Now, our refuser now to participate in that DNA strongly suggests that the wife may have something to hide, or let me say, she has something to hide regarding the paternity of that child. This reluctance also, combines with the fact that she was the last person uh, who was cited with the disease. Now, if you ask me, why on earth would you want to avoid going through a DNA test for your child? If not for anything, at least for the sake of the future of that child, so that tomorrow he will not be in his classroom and his colleagues or his classmates would ask him, "Who is really your father?" And somebody might say, "Tani Baba, baby, Tani Baba." You don't want to have that kind of trauma going through that boy's head by that time because it's going to be too much. But if by now all this whole thing is cleared, it's even in the favor of the child. And sometimes I used to ask, if there is a robbery in a particular place, you have to search people around there. But if there's somebody in that particular place who is refusing to be searched, who is actually saying that no, you cannot search me, then that means you have to point fingers at that person and you have to, get a spotlight on that person. Because that person, there's a 99% probability that that person is actually the thief and the robber that came to operate there. Well, I believe that this honorable court is very wise, is knowledgeable. The courts cannot be, we cannot decide for the court, definitely, and because the court knows what is right. Well, with all these evidences gathered, I believe, my lord, you take the right decision. I rest for now.
My lord, my learned colleague here has already done another thing that I'm very furious with because in the front of this honorable court today is not the DNA issue, but since he has brought the DNA issues here, I think we are all we are well prepared for the game. Permit me to use this Yoruba word that says ẹni bá jẹ fuku òun lára máa fu. You are compelling my client to go for DNA, to take a DNA test on her son. I want this honorable court to take note and cognizance of that word, compelling. Before you can compel anyone to do anything, definitely you have to have the law backing you. And as the case is today, there is no court, I repeat, there is no court of competent jurisdiction that have compelled my client to run a DNA test. How can my client just accept what you are saying by running a DNA test because you want it? And aside that, DNA cases are civil matters. This is not a criminal case. I repeat what I've been saying. This case is watery. And these people are just wasting the time of this honorable court. Let us move on to better things. We understand that the death of my client's husband is painful and as well painful to our team too. But we won't take it that you allege my client of being the perpetrator of this evil because there are no evidence to back your claims. Aside from any evidence not proven, not even tendered, my client is a very law-abiding citizen who has no track record of any offense. Let's not take that into cognizance, please. I think the court should just throw out this case and let's move on to better things. To me, this is the uttermost time wasting of this competent court of law. I yield.
Your Honor, my lord, just like I stated in the beginning, we have to be conscious of certain words or certain sentences that is meant to actually brainwash us or probably make us forget our names, forget our genders, and make us look stupid. but I'm sure this court will not be stupid. Now, going forward, I would have loved to ask my colleague here to tell us what exactly led to the death or to the cry of Mohbad. Then they will start to tell us stories upon stories. Now, we know the last event that the deceased attended was the show at Ikorodu. We have actually interrogated the organizers. They have told us that the deceased left that show hale and healthy. He was very fine. He was good. He was agile. He was active. He went straight home. Now, if the deceased got back home safe, if he got back home alive, if he got back home good, in a high spirit, and even one of the organizers told us that after that day, in the morning, the next day, he called him, you understand, to appreciate him for the show and for the reception and everything. So within the space of 24 hours after then, we need to know what happened, what really transpired, what happened at that particular, what happened at the house, what happened. Now, this question is a very critical question that we cannot shy away from. But there's only one major person that we can actually ask this country, and that person is the wife. The wife is somebody who has a lot to say. According to her, she published on Sahara Reporters. She says she knows a lot regarding the pie of her husband. She knows a lot. That statement alone contradicts whatever my colleague here has been murmuring about. It contradicts him. Maybe you are holding a brief you don't understand, or probably your client is not telling you enough. Then maybe you have to call your client and speak to your client to tell you what she knows. Or maybe you are also helping to hide those secrets. But just like I said, I believe I know this honorable court is actually intelligent enough to be able to detect lies that are being painted as white lies. This court would not fall for that, I'm sure. Well, I would want us to also see the fact that after the pie of this man, before the father arrived at that event, I'll tell you, the father lives in Ikorodu, and from Ikorodu straight to Lekki Orchard, where the deceased lives, is less than 3 hours to 4 at most. So if in less than 4 hours that you called the deceased father before he arrived, you have already embalmed the deceased. Ha! My Lord, I want to believe that you know that is funny. It is funny in the sense that you would not embalm somebody's son before the arrival of the father, and there's only one person that can give you the order to embalm somebody, which is the wife. The wife is the only person who has the authority to have informed anybody to carry out that ritual, to carry out that particular activity. So, if not the wife, nobody else would have given that order. So, my Lord, I want to believe that all these evidences and arguments cited would help you to take the right decisions by sending the wife, by convicting her for the mother of her late husband. Well, I want to believe that all these are in the open now, and Your Honor, you know what to do. I rest for now.
My lord, it is very shameful that my learned colleague here has failed to understand the the importance of a wife in the husband's life. and he has tried to place the father in the same position the wife holds in the husband's life. Permit me to say this, my Lord, that with the evidences in front of this Honorable Court of Law, it shows clearly that the junior brother, the younger brother to this deceased, was at the scene on that day. The family, which is like a cousin, is at the scene, was at the scene on that day. I'm now bamboozled with this submission of my learned colleague here that the wife took the decision. That is a bold statement. And I urge this honorable court to tell my learned colleague here to withdraw that statement. That it is just like pointing an accusing finger on my client here who is innocent. How are you sure that she gave the go ahead that they should embalm the late husband? And I have not seen or heard, I've not seen any evidence going contrary to the fact in quote that my client never said she was the one who embalmed. So my client doesn't have any case to answer here. It's just time wastage. If you want to pick people to answer for this case, I bet you pick the late brother, the late person, the late singer's brother, the cousin, Darusha, and not the wife who was in the kitchen cooking for his husband, for his ailing husband, for her ailing husband rather. I urge this court of law not to be persuaded with all these white lies going on around. My learned colleague here have said so many things, and there is no place, there is no word that have been said by him that has point any finger rightly to my client. No, none at all. Why are you dragging my client? Why are you pointing every accusing finger on my client who is very innocent and knows nothing about the the crime of her husband? My client didn't call the nurse in question. My client didn't embalm her late husband. Why is my client in this court of law for crying out loud? Why is she being accused if there is any reason? And I want to yield the mic to my learned colleague. Tell me one reason why you are laying an accusing finger on my client, aside from the fact that she didn't embalm, she didn't stab, she wasn't even there when the nurse was giving the injection, for crying out loud. To this honorable court of law, my lord, please throw out this case. I rest.
Your Honor, also, from the words of my colleague here, he's actually making us understand that the wife is actually a figurehead. The wife is actually a statue. The wife is actually more like a decoration in the house who cannot actually do anything So, um,
I can see objection, my
sorry,
lord.
sorry, my mic was. All right, so my colleague here has made us understand that the wife is actually not important. But I will tell you one of the core duties of a wife in the house. After the after the husband in the house, the wife happens to be second in command, and whatever critical decision that will be taken in the house must actually follow that structure. It must follow that hierarchy, and that is what this whole thing is meant for. You cannot have a wife in the house and you say that certain things happen and the wife cannot actually be held accountable for such event. It is not going to happen, and we cannot look that way. And my learned colleague here knows the facts, but he's trying to rub it in our face by telling us that we should not stress the wife. Is she greater than this law court? Is she greater than our constitution? Is she greater than every one of us here? My Lord, I know you are a very respected person. I know you're a very important person out there. I know probably you have a lot of things to do today, but because of this case, you've actually taken your time to boycott them and attend to this critical case. So, my Lord, I believe that my learned colleague here is trying to waste this precious court's time by making us understand that the wife should not be questioned. My Lord, I want him to retract that statement because the wife is not bigger than us. And when there is a legal proceedings, anybody can be questioned based on um, the events and how it unfolds. So also, I would like to also remind this law court that the wife had an interview with Sahara reporters and told them that she knows a lot. She knows a lot about the plight of her deceased husband. I don't know why many. Thank you very much, my Lord. It means that you are trying to cover up the crime and a lot of atrocity that has happened. Whoever has information about a murder, whoever has information about a murder, I'm repeating it, whoever has information about a murder and is refusing to give that information out, it means that person is part. It means that person is part of the party of those that carried out that murder. And the person must be actually treated as a suspect. The person must be treated as a suspect. If not, tomorrow might be worse. Today we just see it was just one person. Tomorrow we never can tell if it will take a number of 10, 20 and more. So, my Lord, I want you to first of all declare this woman as a suspect. By that, it will help us to further interrogate. My Lord, I know you're a very amazing woman. I know you're a very beautiful woman. I know you're a very amazing woman. I know how good you are, and I can tell from afar how beautiful your home is. I know you can never be that kind of woman who we are talking about now, because I'm sure that you will not allow any evil, you will not allow any harm come to your man. But can you imagine? This woman has not only allowed evil come to her man, but she's also trying to cover that evil up. she's trying to cement it, she's trying to make it concrete, and she's trying to make us all forget about it. She's trying to make us feel like nothing happened. My Lord, this is a murder, and this case should be given that credence, it should be given all those utmost importance. It is very, very pertinent, and it is imperative that we understand that this might actually lead to something bigger, and that is why we have to uproot at this stage. Your Honor, I want to believe that with these few points of mine, we can now declare her a suspect and we can convict her for the crime as alleged. Thank you. I rest for now.
My lord, I'm uttermostly disgusted by the submission of my learned colleague here. And to think of it, the endearment putting up to the giving to the honorable judge here, the endearment are not necessary, because I'm sure that the judge will deem it fit to see that justice is served and injustice is not met on someone that is not supposed to have it. Going forward, my lord, my learned colleague here said my client went to Sahara Reporters to say she knows so many things. This is a fact, and we have reiterated it so many times. My lord, my clients here have said times without number that they invited a nurse. That is part of so many things she knows. The nurse administered some injection. That is part of so many things she knows. At the time, the body was embalmed. That is so many things she knows. My client has even attested to it that so many people are asking they have given at the time her husband has been beaten. She has, I bet, she has said so many things. I don't know why we are still trying to overflog this issue. And my learned colleague has also said something that they should declare, this honorable court should declare my client a suspect. That is uncalled for. Why will you declare an innocent citizen a suspect? Suspect for what in this instance? Suspect as someone who gave the late singer injection. Suspect as someone who stabbed, which is unfounded. We have seen the coroners. We have seen at the coroner when the autopsy result was read, and there was not a time any incriminating evidence has been alleged on my client here. My client is white as a white snow, as wool. In this case, we are all just overflogging this issue, and I'm sure the judge knows what is right. I don't want you to be swayed away by all this endearment and sweet talk of my honorable senior colleague. No, without evidence provided to this court of law, I strongly suggest that this case be dropped and case file thrown out of this court at this point. What my learned colleague has been doing is just to perambulate, beat around the bush, just to find an incriminating thing against my client, which is not there. It is not there. Let us be devoid of our emotions here, and let us not waste the time of this honorable court. I think at this point, I yield.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, Thomas, welcome.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, Mr. Wett. Good afternoon, my honorable judge.
Objection, sir. Call me barrister in this court of law.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
not a mister.
Barrister Wells.
You can still use Kollington too. I'll take it.
Oh,
Just not mister.
okay. My honorable judge, I'm sorry for coming in late. I don't know if my barrister Kunle introduced me as
I'm
one
a
of his.
son. I'm a son. I'm a son. Okay, yes. Sorry, let me reintroduce you as my
Sorry,
co-counsel.
sorry, sorry. Just to, I mean, I'm still busy, and you guys can continue. Since you guys are more now, can we just have somebody to act like a judge capacity? Comrade, can you do that?
Comrade Moses.
You will mediate between them. Is it possible, comrade? Or you want to be part of the lawyers, so we can have two lawyers from both sides? Is comrade there? Or Jason? Or Jason, can you act? Can you mediate? To be between the son, the barristers and the son in this court of law.
Papariano, sorry. If Jason is not
Papayano,
going to
it's
talk,
been
you
lonely
need
at
to
the
talk,
top since.
Jason.
Oh.
Please.
Jason, are you there?
If he's
It's
not going
been
to talk.
lonely at the top. Oh.
Yeah,
I don't know why people are not coming to the
Which
rescue of
role do
my
you want to
client.
play? Which role do you want to play? My voice has don't go. I don't know about today.
yeah, sorry, Paparino. Sorry, I came in. At first, I just finished from work. So at first, I thought that you were playing maybe the court proceeding. So I didn't know that you're actually trying to like make it up and like play the roles. People playing different roles. So because my brain is really like not really like working right now, so I'm just gonna drop so that someone can come in and to play a role.
No, it's not to play a role. Like you're just gonna mediate. You're not gonna speak mediate. You'll be like the judge, and then we have two lawyers trying to defend their case.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yes. So you will be the one to stop people. You'll be the one to let them continue and interject like that.
okay, okay.
All right. You guys have a new judge. Introduce yourself. Name of your judge, whatever. Elect the two son. Can we have it 2-2? Okay, maybe 2 against 1. It depends if you can handle it, no problem. So you guys should take it on.
All right. Judge, maybe you should open the floor by probably introducing yourself and the case.
Okay. Yeah, I am Justice Anima Shaun, presiding over this matter. Appearances. Appearances. Can you announce the appearances?
All right.
Justice Anima Shaun is Barrister Drawelt, counsel for Mrs. Wunmi Cynthia Aloba, the wife of the late singer Ilerioluwa Mohbad.
Noted.
Barrister Wells, you can go first.
Yeah, Barrister Will. Can I hear from you, please?
My lord, it is with uttermost irreconcilable gravity of I don't know how to even put the adjective, my lord, that I wonder how an injustice can be met or meted on someone who is innocent. And this is not just happening, my lord. We have it on every quarter, every sphere of this society, that we trample on the rights of women in our society. Is it because they are women? Is it because they are fragile? With every iota of truthfulness in me to this honorable court of law, I can say to you today that my client is innocent of all.
Sorry, Barrister Wells, you are just supposed to introduce yourself. And
I think I've introduced myself before. I'm just laying my case, right?
We are trying to restart it from the beginning. So you're supposed to, the new judge just introduced himself. So we are supposed to introduce ourselves before we have the proper ruling.
Yes. Yeah. San Kunle is very correct. I just need you to announce appearances for now, and then we can go on with the matter.
All right.
I haven't announced your appearance. I need the San. What's the name again? Sorry. And
San
who wants to
Kunle,
speak now? Is it Kunle? Okay,
yeah.
I need San Kunle to announce appearance.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Just like I rightly introduced myself before, my name is Olakunle Tinubu, a senior advocate of Nigeria. And I'm actually representing Mr. Aloba Joseph in this case. With me here is my co-counsel, Barrister Thomas Waye, to appeal to the Honorable Court to grant justice. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. The matter before me is to determine the cause of Moba's death, which is the crux of the whole thing. So I would like to hear from San San Dre Wealth first.
Thank you, my lord. I want to allude to the fact that my lord is devoid of emotions and will see to this case being judged in a very justifiable manner. Before I proceed, I'd like to say one thing that our society needs more enlightenment about the rights of our women. We are not supposed to be treating our women as trash in the society because they are the beacon, they are the backbone of our society. And in this case, my client, Mrs. Wumi Cynthia Aloba, has no case to answer in the first place. But I wonder why she has been dragged to this honorable court of law. But at the same time, we are here to defend the right of women, the right of a grieving woman at that, a nursing woman at that. There are so many innuendos and metaphors, or let me use oxymorons, flying all around, so many lies, that my client has something to do with the unalivement of her husband, which is very, very incorrect to start with. So I urge your honorable judge to see that the rights of women are not trampled upon, and to see that the justice is served in this instance perfectly well. I rest at this point.
All right. Counsel to the claimant, can you please proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I'm very confident in this law court because I know this is the home of justice. This is the home of where any man can run to, either poor, rich, or whatever the status may be. Well, we have a case. Unlike my learned opponent has said that we should throw a case out of the court. My lord, I want you to pay attention to certain words if you say we should throw a murder case out of the court, are you trying to make a murder a order of the day? If there is a case of a pie of somebody, and you say we should throw such case out of the court, my lord.
Sankole, sorry that I'm going to call in there. First of all, you leave that matter to me. It is not in his position. He's not in the position to tell me to throw this case out of the court, because that is why the matter is before me. It is for me to that is the decision for me to make. So that is not it. That is not his. So I will urge you to just go ahead with your argument. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Like I was saying, this case is a very, very serious case. It's a critical one that we have to actually give all our attention to. And whatever resource we have to actually get to the root of this, we must contribute to them. We have a case of alleged buying of a very famous musician, very young one, and is also a promising one. He has a very promising future, of which, in fact, he has a nickname which is Light. Now, this man allegedly died a pie in his house, and in the house, there were persons there who can actually give us information, who can give us the details and account of what happened. And these persons have refused to talk. They have refused to give us the information we need. But however, I want to bring it to the notice of this court again that the wife, after being interviewed by Sahara reporters, she said she knows a lot. She knows a lot about the pie of her late husband. She said she knows a lot about the pie of her late husband. I'll read few sentences from the interview. In quotes, "They silenced my husband by spreading rumors that he was on drugs." Now, that says a lot. That says a lot. They, it means that we have persons who actually perpetrated this crime, this pie. And if there are persons who perpetrated this pie and she knows them and she's not saying anything about them, then we should hold her responsible for aiding and abetting, for conspiracy. She knows a lot about a particular mother, a pie of her husband, and she's not saying anything. My lord, I want to rest here for now. Thank you.
My lord, a learned colleague here have reiterated again that my client said she knows a lot. Now, according to what my learned colleague have said, you are privy to that information because my client have said something. Without what my client has said, I'm not sure you will know what you have said now. Is that not enough? My lord, we have overflogging this issue and meting injustice on an innocent citizen of Nigeria. Someone have written that they have alleged my husband of drugs and all. Is that not enough evidence? Is that not enough thing to tell you that no, go after this set of people? Are you putting words? Are you trying to put words in my client's mouth to mention names and get into legal battles? This is not right. I want you, my lord, to see to that and please give a notion on this word to stop says even silence is enough for the wise. And my client is not even silenced in this point. So permit me to use the Yoruba that say aboro. My client have used an F word to tell you, then work on it. My client is not the police.
Son, Dra Wells, gentlemen, I suppose you all know that the matter before me, there is a criminal matter, and you both of you have given your submission, but I still need to know. I want you to walk me through what happened to the disease. What happened to the disease? Where and what happened? Where did it happen? What happened? Where did it go? What actually happened? So if you walk me through it, then I will be able to. We'll be having. We'll know where we're going by now, gentlemen. So I will because San Kunle has made some. He's made the submission is made, and what I'm able to understand from what he has said so far is that the disease in question died in his house. Is that correct?
Yes, my lord, that's what my colleague said.
Okay, so son, we need to make this thing. We need to simplify things. Let's make it easy and make it simple for us to walk through. So I would like you to walk me through um, the whole incident. What happened, where it happened, and how it happened, and who were present at the time. So if you walk me through it, then I would like to hear from your learner colleague as well. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, my honorable judge. My name is San Formas. I'm here in regards of my client, Ileri Olua Aloba, the deceased in question that we're having this proceed over. Now concerning to the buy of my client, we had.
Please, gentlemen, please. I want Sandra Wealth to give me the breakdown, to give me the lowdown, to walk me through. I want to hear from him first. I want him to give me step by step of the whole story, because I want to understand the issue. That I need to understand first, and I want him to go first.
I think is a defendant, so I think we would be the one to break it down for you.
Okay,
Then
please go ahead.
he's gonna try to defend.
Okay, please go ahead.
That's what I think. So anyway, like I was saying, my honorable judge, we heard, and we heard of saying as my client is no more. We've already spoke to people. We get the report that the late girlfriend, because to me, I'm gonna call Cynthia, Wumi Cynthia, as a girlfriend to Ileri Olua, and these are my reasons for me calling her girlfriend. We heard, which she said she got married to Ileri Olua Aloba, and my question is, do we have a legal document that can back that up? And then she said she got married with a customary marriage. While in Nigeria, customary marriage is accepted. But before it's accepted, there have to be a legal document that will back it up. So if I want to call Wumi, the wife of late Mubad, I would need a marriage certificate that shows they are legally married. There's a difference between customary marriage and a legal marriage. And right now, we're in a court where we can present a legal document that actually shows they got married legally. Now, concerning to the part of my late client, we learned that they went to a party on Sunday, and everything was fine. But on their way coming back, when they were about to leave, there was a fight between the deceased and his close childhood friend, who is a prime boy. And a question was thrown to the girlfriend at the inquest inquiry. So the inquest, they asked series of questions from the wife, and I'm going to quote with her words with the question that was asked. You know, they asked her what happened between at the party. She said he had a fight with his best friend, which is Prime Boy. Okay, what happened? We heard there's a pool of blood in the house and so on and so forth. And she said there's no pool of blood in the house. And the lawyer asked her, Cynthia, is there a physical fight between your boyfriend, your late boyfriend, and his best friend? And she said, yes, there's a fight. Okay. What now happened when you guys get home? She said she had an argument with her boyfriend. Okay, was that the argument that led Larry Olua to be rushed to the hospital? She was unable to give a straight answer to that question. So, another question was thrown to her again by the lawyer asked her that, okay, you guys have an argument. What was the argument about? You know, she was unable to give a straight answer as well to that same question. And we heard the same question was thrown to Adura, which happens to be the late brother's brother and uncle, and both of them said there was a fight, and I want this honorable court to know there's a big difference between fight and argument. Before I proceed, I'm going to illustrate my step backward by another question that was asked the girlfriend, that we heard that he had a minor cut. He had a cut in his hand. Do you think this cut might be what killed your boyfriend? And she said the cut he sustained at the party is not enough to buy my boyfriend. Then they asked the same question. They threw the same question to the brother and the uncle, and both of them said the same thing. Like, okay, the wound cannot buy their brother and cannot buy my brother anyway. So they asked, what happened when you guys got home? Both of them says there was a serious fight between she, that is the girlfriend, and the boyfriend. And they asked them that was that the reason why he was rushed to the hospital. They couldn't give a certain answer to that. Now, why was he rushed to the hospital? Do we have a medical record that he has a high blood pressure? Do we have a record that says he had what's it called, like all sort of medical issue that made him to be rushed to the hospital? That is the question I myself I need to throw to the girlfriend. Why was he rushed to the hospital? What happened? If there was a fight, and you claim there was no fight, there was just mere argument. Now,
Son, Formers, can you just hold your thought? I want to ask now the question you guys just paused. I want to ask Paparano a question. Is this an inquest, or the suspects have been charged to court? I mean, is this a criminal case, like they're being charged and they're brought before me? Or it's just an inquest?
I think it's a criminal case.
It's a criminal case.
I think you should treat this court case like an inquest. I wouldn't call it because no one has been just like, well, let's say criminal case, because we have dragged ourselves to the Honorable Court of Law now. So
okay, because if it's
just argue our points.
Yeah, if it's a criminal case, right? I just need I can't remember how they call it now. the moment after you after you guys announce appearances, right? And then you tell me, you give me a submission, the other cancer to the claimant, they give me. The next thing is for me to say, can we have a date? Can we have a date for because this is arraignment. Then this is like arraignment. So the next thing for me to say is that can we have a date for trial? If it is a proper criminal case, that's the next thing. Because today is like an arraignment. It's as we just assume now. It's assumed that the suspects, they are here in court. The person in question or all the people, if there are more than one person, then they are already here in court. So after your submission, after the other the claimant's submission and the other lawyer submission, the next thing is for us to have a day. I'm going to say, gentlemen, do we agree? Can we have a day? I'm going to ask the court register to give me a date that is available for trial, because it's a criminal case. We just go for trial straight. Unless the what's it called, the lawyer to the suspect is now saying, the son is now saying that is coming up with an excuse, maybe saying that the main suspect was not in court today, or is not in court today, and the reason being that he's sick or something, and they want to have they want to ask me to give them to adjourn the case for him to get to be fit. Yeah.
My honorable judge, what I think you should suggest, what I'm suggesting to this competent court of law is that the honorable judge should just listen to our back and forth. Okay. They would bring their arguments. I will bring the counter arguments, and all I expect from our honorable judge is to sustain the objections and to let some fly. So we can't convict anyone on this moot court, just to see the loopholes around the whole thing and to enlighten our people that the justice system can go this way, can go this way, can go this way. However, I'm just curious that the team that are working, the injustice team, will not take a clue from our back and front here. I yield.
I get it. Okay, let's proceed then. You can go on.
So we proceed?
Yeah, proceed.
Oh, okay. All right. So, as I was saying earlier, we already have a suspect, because we all know anyone within around someone that died in within 72 hours is a suspect. It doesn't matter if it is wife, if it is husband, if it is dad, if it is brother, if it is son. Everyone around them are suspects, which I really want this court to play straight everyone around Mohbad when he was laid as a suspect in this court. Now, like I said, Mohbad was rushed to the hospital. Why was he rushed to the hospital? Those are the questions we need to ask the wife. You said you guys only have an argument. You said the injury sustained from the party is not enough to kill him. It's not enough for you guys to rush him to the hospital. So why do you guys rush him to the hospital? Those are the questions we need to ask the wife and the people around him. And for the wife to lie, to me, I feel like that's a lie for a question being thrown to her by, do you guys have a fight? And she said they only had an argument.
Objection, my lord. Objection, my lord.
Objection overruled. Objection overruled. Proceed, Sam Foreman.
And two people who are with the deceased as well, they both claim there was a serious fight for good 2 hours in that house after the party. So now, every one of them in the house are suspects. And my question is, why was he rushed to the hospital? Now he was rushed to the hospital, and it was proclaimed dead on arrival. And the hospital gave them a medical advice to take the body to the morgue. And they felt like, oh no, we need to go to the second hospital to check again if he's dead as well. They took the body to another hospital and it was proclaimed as dead on arrival as well. And they were medically advised to go and deposit the body in the morgue. Now my question is, we both have the wife, the girlfriend. She said she's learned. She said she's educated. When she received a medical advice, was she supposed to let them take the body to the house for the fact that the body was thrown under the staircase? Now, she did not take the body to the morgue. She did not report to the police station. That was the first thing a learned person should have done in a case like this. And that's the reason why I'm still saying she needs to be treated as a suspect. Now, there's a motive in this killing of my client. If we want to just go straight to the point, if Mohbad should go to party on Sunday, my client should go to party on Sunday, and he came home sound, healthy. There's nothing wrong with him, and he came home and he was being rushed to the hospital after 24 hours, and he was proclaimed dead on arrival. What are we saying? Is there no motive on this why, or what are we going to, or what should we call this? And if we say if there's a motive, it can come from the wife, from the girlfriend, it can come from the brother, and it can come from the uncle as well. Now, I would say, and I would suggest to this honorable court that, to me, I feel like the DNA that need to be done on the baby if that is the motive. My client was being by, like we heard from the report of a prime boy, which happens the best friend of my late client. He said the reason why there's a fight that very day was because my late client questioned the paternity of the son, which is I'm not going to mention the son's name. He said he questioned the paternity of the son, which I believe that could lead to the motive of my client as well. Again, I will say something concerning the investigation. I know this case was not reported to the police station on a start going when he died. That should be from the wife that said she's well educated. She did not report this case to the police station. No proper investigation was made on this case. I will put that aside. Now, we went ahead to do, the Nigeria police went ahead to do autopsy on my client. And we were told that they could not ascertain the death of my client. Now, my question again goes to the girlfriend who was in the house with my client, by asking her what really happened, what actually happened in the house. Again, why do you guys rush him to the hospital? Now, the autopsy says they couldn't ascertain the death of my client. So this whole thing and all question I'm going to be asking is going to be based me asking the girlfriend exactly what happened in the house and walk by her boyfriend. Thank you. I'll pass the microphone for now.
Sorry, before we continue, please, everyone, can we tap on our screen, please? Let's tap on our screen.
Thank you, prosecution counsel. Sandra Wealth, can you proceed, please?
Thank you, my lord. First off, I would like to urge this court of law to reprimand, or let me just use to warn my learned colleague using some foul language on my client, like saying she is lying, she didn't report. Did my learned colleague here, did he have some lie detector to know my client is lying? That being said, to bring to the notice of this honorable court of law that we should look at the past and see what has happened. The truth is there, and they were all documented. I want to remind this honorable court of law that my client initiated the coroner inquest, if you don't know. How can someone who is guilty still go and meet the
Objection,
government?
objection, my lord. Objection, objection.
Overruled.
No,
Objection overruled. I want let him finish his submission, please.
Thank you, my lord. So it is unfounded, it is baseless to say my client didn't report to the police. As the case is, the father of the husband of the father of the late singer initiated, in quote, initiated the movement of the dead body out of the house in association with other people. My client was there grieving. She was grieving. And all these baseless accusations are just flying on the social media networks, pointing to one thing, my lord, pointing to one thing, which is trying to met injustice on someone because we need justice for someone. That is not done. We need to look at some basic things with this case. The right of women is being trampled upon. I want the honorable judge to take that very, very important. We can't continue like that in this society, and we said we want justice. My learned colleague has also said that you are assigning the role of the police to my client. Are you expecting my client to tell you that this is how the husband died, and when she doesn't know anything about it? This is not done in any sane clan. In any sane clan, my lord. And once again, I want you to urge my learned colleague to revert that statement that my client was lying. I yield at this point.
Thank you, gentlemen. First of all, Sandra Wealth, I believe you heard the prosecution counsel, some of the things that he has enumerated, and I would like to hear from you. Personally, I want you to tell me, to walk me through this whole process, this whole case, how the disease, because he has said that the disease went for a show, and then the disease returned home, got home safely. So I would like to know, where did the disease, where did the disease die?
Thank you, my lord. The disease died in his house, in his abode, after returning from a show that he had a heated argument with his best friend. And he started becoming ill.
Were there people in the house?
Yes,
when
my lord.
disease died?
People are living in the house, and they tried their best. They called a nurse to treat him, but unfortunately, he gave up the ghost.
How many people were in the house when the disease passed away?
I can't ascertain for sure, because my client here has been grieving, and those informations cannot hold water at this point, because she can't start counting heads in the house while grieving.
Thank you. Having said that,
My lord.
San Kunle San from us. What do you have to? Is there any other thing you want to tell me?
Yeah, I would like to counter what my honorable son Joe Wade have said earlier on by his client being the one to initiate the coroner inquest. My question earlier on was why his client did not report this case to the police station on the set going, which is a normal thing for a normal human being to do. Initiating coroner inquest does not mean she's not guilty of negligence for the fact that there's a deceased in the house. She's unable to report to the police station. And we heard, like my deceased father said, he said, and I quote, they took the body to the police station. They were unable to receive a report from the police station. They took the body to the morgue, and the body was not also received. And the same question was thrown to Adura, Darosha. Both of them said everything he said by we taking the cop to the police station and to the morgue, and it was rejected. It's all true. Now,
Objection, my lord. Objection,
Now-
my lord. Objection, my lord. Objection here.
Objection sustained. All right, go
Thank
ahead.
you. Thank you, my lord. My learned colleague here is just trying to beat around the bush, and he's also contradicting himself. He has already asked the question that why did my client not report at the police station? And now he is also saying that the police station rejected to give assent or police report to the dead. How
Objection,
can we
my
take
lord.
these two words together? They are
Objection,
contradictory.
Objection
Yeah,
overruled. San Drewells, are you telling this honorable court that the deceased wife actually reported the incident when it happened? Because you have just said to this court that the prosecution counsel contradicted himself. So I would like you to to talk more on that to make me understand how that has happened, how he has contradicted himself.
thank you, my lord. I would like to walk you through this issue a little bit.
No. Before you walk me through, I want to know. I want, because you have just said that he has contradicted himself, and I want us to clear that one. Did the deceased wife report the case, the matter, to at the nearby police station or any police station at all when it happened?
According to my client, they took the body to the police station, and the father was there.
Not until the father shows up, which is like almost 5 hours.
Objection overruled. Objection overruled. Please, and Joel, I would like you to continue.
Thank you, my lord.
Yeah.
Let me walk you through the issues a little bit.
No, you were talking about. I want you to finish that thought. The one you were talking about. That when the
Yes.
incident happened, she
Yes.
went to a police station.
Yes. When the incident happened, my lord, my client called the parents of her late husband, and they came. After
Objection,
they
my
came,
lord.
they took the
Objection
body.
overruled.
They took the body to the police station, which was rejected.
Sorry,
And that
gentlemen. You see this case. This is a case that is. This is a criminal matter, gentlemen. You know this. So if I don't hear everybody's thought properly, we won't be able to. We won't be getting we won't be going in the right direction. So that's the reason why I want son Drewerth to finish what he's saying, and then we can. I'm gonna listen to everyone. That's why we're here. So please, gentlemen, let's play by that rule. All right, continue.
So, on getting to the police station, with the doings of the police in their own intelligence, they couldn't profile the the police report, and at that point,
So that means
my client was grieving, my lord.
that means I want to get this clearly. That means the deceased wife. You're saying to me that the deceased wife actually went to a police station by herself to get, when the incident happened, reported at the police station to get police report. Is that what you're saying to me?
No, my lord. My lord, please get my point. At
Right.
this point, my lord, I know you don't expect a grieving woman to know what is next. People around her were doing those things. And the father of the deceased have made claim that he took the deceased body to the police station.
Who took the deceased body?
The father have said it. It is on record.